Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Catherine Mckay.
And I'm Dr. Alicia Ruglass.
I'm Dr. Nathalie Caldeira.
And we're here today to talk to you about racial trauma and how to survive it.
So I first want to start with a definition of racial trauma. It's a term used to describe the physical and psychological symptoms that people of color often experience after exposure to stressful experiences of racism. For example, racial slurs or threats, police harassment, police violence, workplace discrimination, witnessing community violence, and experiences with racial microaggressions. Unlike post-traumatic stress disorder, where the trauma is most likely in the past, coping with racial trauma requires adaptive, ongoing coping because the racism is ongoing.
So some reactions you may experience are frustration, irritability, anger, fear, anxiety, sadness, resentment, and increased vigilance and suspicion, increased sensitivity to threat, a sense of hopelessness and helplessness about the future. Will I be alive? Will my loved one be alive to see the future? Grief when you lose another loved one, self-blame or self-doubt. Some people may engage in maladaptive coping, such as aggression, alcohol and substance use, as a way to dissociate from or cope with painful feelings. There are also some physical effects, Dr.
Yeah.
Kat.
The physical effects are definitely things that we may not link initially, but they exist. So we talk about some chronic fatigue, chronic illnesses, makes us higher risk for diabetes, higher risk for heart disease, maybe GI issues, chronic pain. So it shows up, our bodies scream when we're under attack.
So these symptoms that Dr. Catherine and Dr. Nathalie described can take a serious toll on your daily functioning. So the recommendation is to engage in proactive coping. This is where you anticipate and plan for how you will cope with difficult experiences with prejudice, discrimination, and racism. And the number one tip is awareness. The first step is to get in touch with and acknowledge your various reactions to the experiences. So people will respond differently. People will have different reactions. As we heard, it runs the gamut from anger, anxiety, fear, sadness, substance use. It's important to talk about what you're feeling with people you can trust, family members, friends, spiritual leaders. Finding other people who are going through similar experiences and who may have similar feelings to you that you can talk to about what you're going through can help to normalize and validate the feelings that you're experiencing, to know that you are not alone in these experiences and your feelings are normal.
Definitely. And one of the things that we know in addition to that, Lisa, is knowing the landscape of where you are, right? So if you're in a community or an organization that there aren't a lot of people who are aware, woke, we know that it may not be a safe thing to go around talking to those people necessarily. So having a network of friends, family members, support system that you can tap into is crucial. Being able to share the experience so that you can break down part of the crazy making experience of it is an important piece of that as well.
Absolutely, Dr. Catherine. I would like to add that not everyone can go out and march, not everyone can afford to donate, but we can all get involved in social action. Your voice is your power. These are systemic issues, so we can take actions by contacting your representative at the city, county, or state levels, in addition to your representatives at the federal level. We must work to build consequences into the system so that you are doing the things that you can do, whether it's a phone call, volunteering, helping people to register to vote. You can also document acts of racism and discrimination, talk to your social support network, and report any incidents to human resources or help advocate for your fellow colleagues. You can also participate in organizations that engage in anti-racist practices and action. This can help to increase your sense of hopelessness and enhance your sense of empowerment.
And I think another piece to add is being able to have a sense of self apart from the majority definition, right? Being able to connect to your spirituality, connect to family members, other people who see you and actually value you is crucial as you go through this. So we've shared some things that I think are important for you to recognize, and there may be some other strategies out there, but we wanted to make sure that we give you a starting point.
Definitely. You know, we're talking about first getting in touch with your feelings, your reactions, being aware of them, finding ways to express those feelings to people in safe spaces with people that you trust. And if ultimately you don't have those spaces, journaling is another way for you to get your feelings down on paper and to be able to process it. And studies show that writing about painful experiences can also be helpful.
Absolutely. And if you're not yet ready because you're still processing everything that you're seeing and hearing, you can begin by reading, watching videos, and helping calm yourself as well as educate yourself so that you're energized when it's time to take action.
So thank you for joining us, and we hope you'll come back. We hope these strategies are helpful to you, and join us again next time.
We'll see you next time.
Be well.
Take care.